Who are the 10 tallest NBA players in history? Who holds the record for the tallest player all time? While height isn't the only thing that matters in the NBA, it's obviously an important factor to some degree, especially for centers. Some of the tallest players to grace the NBA have become icons of the sport and are even often considered to be beloved by fans of the sport. Here's the list of tallest NBA players. Victor Wembanyama. The most exciting player to enter the NBA in years, Victor Wembanyama also happens to be the tallest NBA player in the league today. The skilled Frenchman stands 7'4" and is every bit the unicorn, as Boston Celtics big man Kristaps Porzingis, who was given that moniker early in his NBA career due to his rare combination of height and skill. Wemby wowed the international scouts during his playing days overseas from age 17 to 19. Wembanyama, obviously the #1 overall draft pick, has not disappointed his San Antonio team or its fans in his rookie season. Mark Eaton. Mark Eaton's towering height of 7'4" undoubtedly gave him a significant advantage on the basketball court, particularly in the realm of defense. Remarkably, Eaton dedicated his entire NBA career to a single team, the Utah Jazz, where he left an indelible mark on the franchise's history. His defensive prowess was truly unparalleled. His defensive instincts were so exceptional that he earned multiple selections to the NBA All-Defensive Team and the prestigious honor of Defensive Player of the Year not once but twice. Many people think the Utah Jazz got better because of Eaton. His defense helped the team a lot. Other teams had a tough time scoring against them because of Eaton's presence on the court. Mark Eaton's height and defensive skills made him a basketball legend, especially for the Utah Jazz. Sim Bhullar. Sim Bhullar stands tall in the NBA's history, not just for his towering height of 7 feet 5 inches, but also for being a trailblazer as the first player of Indian descent to step onto the NBA court. While his NBA career may have been relatively brief, his contributions to basketball, particularly in breaking barriers for Indian players, are noteworthy. Continuing his career in Taiwan showcases his dedication to the sport and his determination to keep playing professionally. Playing for teams like the Sacramento Kings and various developmental teams demonstrates his talent and potential within the league. Even though his NBA journey might have been short-lived, his impact resonates beyond the court, especially in paving the way for other players from underrepresented backgrounds. Pavel Podkolzin. While Pavel Podkolzin's height is undoubtedly impressive, those within the NBA weren't too impressed by the Russian big man. He was only a part of the league for a few games, and he bounced around from team to team almost immediately. Having been drafted by the Utah Jazz in the 2004 draft, they ended up trading Pavel to the Dallas Mavericks almost immediately. He only made a few appearances before he was eventually waived by the Mavericks, sending him back to Russia to continue on with the rest of his career. Chuck Nevitt. Let's talk about Chuck Nevitt, a towering figure in NBA history, both literally and figuratively. Standing at an impressive 7 feet 5 inches, Chuck wasn't just known for his height, but also for his incredible journey through some of the NBA's top teams. Imagine being on teams like the Rockets, Lakers, Pistons, Bulls, and the Spurs. Chuck lived that dream, showcasing his skills as a center for about 9 years in the NBA. No matter which team he played for, he always stood out as the biggest guy on the court. For nearly a decade, Chuck held down the center position with ease, using his size and skill to make an impact wherever he played. But here's the coolest part. Chuck Nevitt holds a unique record. He's the tallest player ever to win an NBA championship. Back in 1985, he was part of the legendary Los Angeles Lakers team that took home the title. Yao Ming. Yao Ming, the towering titan who rocked the Houston Rockets from 2002 to 2011. Now sure, he might not have snagged that elusive championship ring, but boy did he dazzle us all with his skills. 8-time NBA All-Star, 5-time All-NBA team honoree. Yao was a bona fide superstar. Every time he hit the court, you could feel the excitement crackling in the air. He wasn't just a player, he was a force of nature, a true contender for that coveted MVP title every single game. Now, what made Yao stand out, you ask? Well, aside from his giant 7 feet 6 inch frame, seriously, the guy was a skyscraper. He had the moves, the skills, and the heart of a champion. Watching him play was like witnessing poetry in motion. a symphony of slam dunks, rebounds, and jaw-dropping blocks. Shawn Bradley. Standing at 7 feet 6 inches, this NBA giant made his mark for over a decade, leaving a lasting impression on teams like the Philadelphia 76ers, New Jersey Nets, now the Brooklyn Nets, and the Dallas Mavericks. For over 10 years, Shawn Bradley was a significant force within the NBA. He was a first-round pick back in 1991 and was drafted second overall, so it's clear that the big man was destined for great things. He may not have been the flashiest player on the court, but Bradley's impact went beyond the stats. He was the guy you could count on to hold down the fort, to hustle hard, and to give it his all every single game. Tacko Fall. Tacko Fall was considered 7'7" for quite a while, but after the NBA changed their measurement standards, he was knocked down to 7.6. Despite that, Fall is still one of the tallest men to have not only graced the NBA, but also the entire world. He was recently reacquired by the Cleveland Charge in the NBA's G League, but he has played for both the Celtics and the Cavaliers. Tacko might not be the quickest guy on the court, but boy, can he block shots like nobody's business. His towering height and incredible wingspan make him a defensive powerhouse, swatting away shots with ease. Manute Bol. Let's talk about the towering legend, Manute Bol. Now, when it comes to his height, it's been a bit of a mystery. Some say he's 7 feet 6 inches tall, while others argue he's even taller. Back in the 80s and 90s, Bol made waves in the NBA as one of the most fearsome shot blockers the game has ever seen. Seriously, the guy was a defensive powerhouse. Bol's shot-blocking prowess earned him a spot in the annals of NBA history, and his records are nothing short of impressive. Few players can even hope to come close to his incredible defensive achievements. Gheorghe Muresan. Gheorghe Muresan, the undisputed tallest man in NBA history. At a towering height of 7 feet 7 inches, Muresan stood head and shoulders above the competition, quite literally. During the 90s, he made his mark in the NBA, suiting up for the Nets and the Wizards. He may not have been the flashiest player or the most dominant force, but whenever Muresan stepped onto the hardwood, all eyes were on him. His sheer size and stature commanded attention, making him a formidable opponent for any team. His towering height and memorable moments on the court ensure that he will be remembered as one of the most unique players to ever grace the NBA. And there you have it, folks. A towering lineup of the tallest NBA players in history. From Victor Wembanyama to Gheorghe Muresan, these giants have left an indelible mark on the sport of basketball, captivating fans with their incredible height and remarkable skills. Don't miss out on more exciting basketball content. Subscribe to stay up to date with all things NBA.